Michael Nielsen joins us in the studio to talk all things hockey.
Good morning, boys. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks, Michael. And yourself?
I'm doing fantastic.
Beautiful day outside. Ready for some hockey?
Always ready.
Always ready?
We've already been down to the hockey. You got to see a fantastic goal there in the end of the 12s. One of the young Mooroopna kids ran miles down the left wing all on his own, ran at about 3 blokes and put it in the back of the net.
Oh, they better be signing up for B grade next year.
A grade.
Anyway, but it was 1-1 by the time we left. Mooroopna was playing SYC, just so you know. I thought you'd be interested in that.
Hopefully it came out that the blue team got more goals.
Which blue team?
My team. SYC.
Blue and yellow is SYC, blue and white, navy blue and white's Mooroopna. Brandon, just so you're aware.
No, I'm with you. No, I'm having a look here at the,
awesome.
the team logos.
What's been happening?
Last weekend. Everything's going on last weekend.
Oh, yeah, it was a big weekend. So, let's see. In the women's side, Strikers took on SYC. They had a midweek game on Wednesday night, something a little bit different.
How'd that go?
It looked like it was really good. It seemed like it took the players a while to get into the groove of things, shake off work and the fact that it's Wednesday night and we're actually having to be competitive rather than just have a training run. But it was a really good game, went end to end all night long. And in that one, SYC got the victory, 2-1 over Strikers.
Gee, that's a good result.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Especially coming
from a striker's point of view. I mean, SYC probably were expected to win that, I would have thought, but the Strikers girls managed to hold them out for a while. Yeah,
that's it. Only 3 goals scored in the game, and that's Strikers. Even though they're the bottom of the table at the moment, they're improving every week, and there's only a few weeks left in the season, but they might even challenge for a win by the end of the year, so we'll see what happens.
The other A-women game last weekend, fellas, would you call it a shock loss? Mooroopna went down to Echuca 3-0 at home.
We did say this. I think we spoke about it briefly on last Saturday because it was a Friday night game.
I don't think you'd call it a shock loss, but it definitely wasn't.
It was an uncharacteristic loss.
Yeah.
Maybe that's probably the better way of looking at it.
That's it. In the end, Mooroopna just got overrun by the young talent from Echuca. There's some really good 15 to 17-year-old players in the Echuca team, and even though Mooroopna has the experience through their structure, and they're very, very well drilled in their team, sometimes legs just run over the top of structure and well played and technique. And you can't really do much about it.
Today's A-women games, the Strikers are playing Echuca and Mooroopna MVD. I think we heard earlier they're playing tomorrow against SYC.
Playing tomorrow against SYC, yep. Something to do with the lighting and around the region or around the games. So.
Yeah, so we've got 2 grounds here in Shepparton. One is ours and one is the council's multi-purpose facility. The lighting on the multi-purpose facility is not great. And so the association the GVHA made a decision that they weren't going to play any games under lights on that, just for safety reasons, which means they've had to move a few games to Sundays, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it's better because you can actually see the ball before it hits you, which is much better.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yep.
You'd think Echuca would get over the top of Strikers?
Yeah, you'd be silly to put your money anywhere else with that. Strikers, as I just said, are improving, but I can't see them getting over the top of Echuca this week.
They're a real class outfit, that Echuca girls side, A-women's side, and as you said, the youngsters that are coming through for the Echuca team are doing a very good job for them.
Yeah, they're doing really good things as a club over there through their junior development and giving them the framework to kind of excel, and it's slowly starting to pay off now, and it's only going to get better from here for them.
And the Mooroopna SYC game, obviously, you would be putting your hat down for the SYC team?
Yes, I would, but I've also heard that there's rumours of some undermanning for the Mooroopna team tomorrow, which is a pain, but you can only play the team that turns up, and if you're unavailable, injuries, things like that, life happens. So I think SYC might get up on that one, but it's still going to be a tight one.
Amen, fellas. Last weekend, Bob, your side went down again.
5-0.
Which is a big improvement on many other weeks. So, things are coming around there at Mooroopna, and hopefully come season's an end, we might have a win on the board.
Fingers crossed.
It's getting closer.
Be nice.
It's better than 12 to 13 goals
Yep.
a week. So we've got it down to 5. So things are turning around. The only thing that's not turning around is your thieves around the facility that need to pull their heads in.
Yeah, well, to those clowns out there that want to take a pot shot at places, and I'm sorry, but Michael, hockey is one of those sports that doesn't get a great deal of help in a lot of ways, does it?
No.
And then people are coming around and deciding, we'll knock off this place, we'll knock off that place because it's just an open, it's there. Like, seriously.
Yeah, if I can just borrow that soapbox.
And
just jump down for a second.
SYC took on Strikers too last week, 5-1.
Yep, that's the first time SYC have rolled Strikers this year in the A grade.
I was going to say.
First time Strikers have lost this year?
No. I think they've
Did they lose to Echuca?
They've lost to Echuca before.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think they lost to Echuca by a lot before.
It's actually their third loss for the season too.
Yeah. Okay. It was a game undermanning versus seriously undermanned. But again, you can only play the team that turns up, and you put the best 11 on the field that you can throughout whatever circumstances. And in the end, SYC managed to score a reasonably convincing win, even though the gameplay wasn't fantastic.
B-men last week, Strikers took on Benalla 4-1, Echuca over Mooroopna 4-1, and Euroa and SYC played. How did that one go, Michael?
That's a very good question.
Sorry, it's the only one I don't have a result for on the computer.
That was 4-0 to SYC.
4-0 to SYC. Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I just cleaned the bus under it while I went past.
Pull him back out.
Yeah, that's it.
So some good results there in the B-men as well.
Yeah. B-men, it's getting more and more competitive. I was down umpiring a game last night, and despite the fact it was B-men, you'd never have picked the skill level through the game. A lot of those players could be knocking on the door of an A-grade team very hard, and all it takes is one person to step out of an A-grade team, and they'll jump straight in and fill in that. Yeah.
The B women also had some good results last week. Michael, your side had the bye, SYC. Strikers went down to Benalla 5-1, and Echuca got done by Mooroopna 3-2. So a couple of very close games there in the B women.
Very much so. The Mooroopna one up in Echuca went up there after finished on radio last week and checked that one out. And again, some good youngsters on both sides, but there's a lot of experience floating around. I think Lynn Berry still floating around in the B women, and she's playing over. And I'm not being even rude here by saying this, over 60s for I think Victoria or for Australia or one or the other. But yeah, doing a fantastic job in that regard. So been pretty good. Might just have a quick look at what's going on at the Women's World Cup over in England at the moment, Michael.
Yeah.
The Australians played their first two pool matches. First one against Japan, then second one versus Belgium last Sunday and then Tuesday, just gone. But the Australians 3-2 over Japan and then 0-0 with Belgium.
Yeah, that's Japan. They're not easy beats, but on the world stage, everybody at that level is phenomenal. But Australia, just being one of the top few nations in the world, always going to go over the top of them. It was a fantastic win from them. And yeah, 0-0 against Belgium. From what little I got to see, it was a really close game. Some of watching that game, those games sometimes is depressing, because seeing the stick skills and the way that the ball moves and the way that they can just run, and knowing that no way am I ever going to be able to do that ever, even if I tried every day for the rest of my life.
It is really disappointing in that regard, but it is good. It is good to watch, and the Japanese I think beat the Kiwis as well in their return.
2-1
return pool game. So it's actually this pool that Australia's in with obviously Australia, Japan, Belgium, and New Zealand. Is actually really tight, where you wouldn't have thought so at the start of the tournament.
Yeah, like I said. This level, nobody's an easy beat.
Yeah.
But for Japan to get up over the Black Sticks is just a great result for Japanese hockey. I think they would have gone to the World Cup with some expectations, and that might have exceeded some of them in that one game.
Are we looking to win this, or how do you reckon Australia are going to go in this Women's World Cup?
I think if we don't make the final,
we'll be very surprised.
Going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
As for who we could be playing against, could be anybody.
Well, looking at some of the pools, if you could flick that around a little bit, please, Brandon.
Sorry, I'm champion.
No, that's all
There you
right.
go.
Netherlands sitting on top of Pool A at the moment with a goal difference of 13. So they've played, I think they've played Korea and China.
Wowzers.
They're the two sides in that one I reckon they've played. Ireland are on top of Pool B, which may be a little bit surprising for some, considering it's got England and India in that pool as well. The Germans, Argentinians are sitting at top of Pool C. Germany undefeated. Spain also in there with 1 win and a loss, and then Australia obviously on top in Pool D. But the Black Sticks are coming through. It's a different sort of format they've got for this World Cup, because the top of the pool I believe goes straight through, and then second and third play crossover matches or something like that.
I think that's how it works.
So,
I tell you what, Pool C, I would not want to be in there with Germany, Argentina, Spain, and South Africa.
That is a pool of death.
So your top three go through, do they?
In some way.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, right.
I believe that's the way it works. Top will go straight through into the quarterfinals, and then to second and third play crossover matches and to play who they play.
Right, I'm with you.
If that makes any sense whatsoever.
I like it.
So
It's a bit like the Duckworth-Lewis method.
Yeah, no one really understands it, but it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
cool. Anything else at this point in time?
No, that's about it.
About it. Full comprehensive wrap of all things hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
I like it.
Well, awesome.
Fellas, we might leave it there and might throw it down to Melbourne and try and pick up half of the news that's left.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks a lot.